Raphael will be moving into the playroom. So I'm trying to find all this. I'm just going to go to my own document.
Jen will be in the playroom, right?
Jen's going to be in the playroom. Yeah. She's probably having a good time though in her room.
Yeah, Wendy.
She always does. So coming up next in the main room, we have Raphael Weisman, who's known as the Santa Fe Shungite Man. Today, he's going to be talking about strategies for thriving in a stressful society. So while he's doing this, we have the playrooms going on. We won't shut them because it's a lot of fun and people don't want it to end. And then Jen's going to be in the playroom and she does light language activations and she taps into her guides and the galactics, and she always like brings you guys on the magical journey. So she's going to be doing in the playroom a cosmic journey to the stars for collective healing activation. So that's what Jen is doing right now. I'll just throw it into the chat. And then we'll do, so we got so many posts right now, I can't even see who's up next. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm putting information right now of Jen. She's always, people love her. She's going to be in the playroom. And then we have Raphael. Okay, guys, so this is how it's going to work. So starting right now, every 30 minutes, we got something going on in the main room, and then they finish off with the door prizes. And then we have the playroom experience every 30 minutes. And then that's in room number 1. And room number 2 is where we have the psychic booking healing room. This is like an open room where you could stop in and ask who's available and tell them what your needs are in your life right now. If you need physical, emotional, spiritual, or physical healing, and they can refer who's available at the time for you to have a session. Everybody offers 5 minutes for free and reduced show prices. So it's like try before you buy, going to the buffet, having a little taste, and decide if you want to go for the whole buffet and have a full plate. Some people are no longer here. They've already left for the day. They're only here till 4 or 5 o'clock. And many of them will offer their reduced show prices for up to a week after the event. You can find all their information on the website, which is Healers Network Virtual Fair, or go to sherrykaplan.com and click on the event link. So we're also putting it into the chat. And we do support this. We are supported by donations. I make it free and accessible, so there's no barriers to entry. I believe in affordable and holistic healthcare for all. I was on my own search for healing, and my own search for healing led me on the healing table myself. Never thought I would be the healer. So if I could do it, you can do it too. So if there's anybody out there who thinks that they have a gift in them, who has a calling, and you have it knocking on your door that you want to step out and make a difference to the world, come talk to me, come see me. I have many ways to give you a platform. I have clubhouse rooms on Wednesday night. I have a website called healers.network. I run this once a month. I teach Airbnb experiences. I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, and a healer in private practice in South Florida. So I forget to talk about me and all the things that I do when I'm doing this, but sometimes I got to plug myself. So on that note, I am one of them. I started this 7 years ago in South Florida. When I first started my practice, it was just me and my sound healing instruments and 19 people. And the second time I had my gathering, one of my friends found out about it. He goes, "Can I come help you? And I'll do a read." So he started doing 5-minute readings to everybody. And somebody else came the next time and goes, "I heard what you're doing. Can I come join you?" And she started doing Akashic records. So now I have Akashic records and now Morgan card readings. Next time it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. And guys, now look at where I am now. During COVID, I was going to close down. I didn't even think my business was going to last, but I had to pivot just like most of us. And this is what we're doing. If you love what we do, please tell others, please like, share, support, comment, all that good stuff. Save us into your calendar for next month, last Saturday of the month. please support everybody who's here. They're giving from their heart and soul. They're giving you reduced show prices, and they're giving everything that they can because they believe in what they're doing and they're so filled with their passion. So with that note, let's introduce Raphael Weisman. He is an author, a retired Harp-maker living in Santa Fe, and a channel for the healing guidance of the angels. He is a visionary, a poet, an editor, a writer, a dancer, a hiker, and lover of trees and nature. I love saying that. He's a musician and loves to sing and loves to jam on the flute, saxophone, and harp and harmonica. He actually made harps for a living. I'd love for you to play one day. He provides Shungite for protection from EMF frequencies. He's a facilitator and a trainer of a transformational modality called HeartThread as a minister. He's also an author of a channel book called The Path of the Spiritual Warrior by the New Earth Council. And every alternating Tuesday at 8:30, he channels an online meeting the guides, which the guides share a message to answer your questions. So you can find him at raphaelweisman.com, as well as every other links that we're going to put in the chat. So welcome, Raphael.
Thank you very much. I'd like to record. Can I? I needed permission. Is that all right? Oh, looks like it's happening. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the lovely introduction.
We do always record the main room, but you have the ability to record to your own computer as long as you save it to your computer.
Right. Thank you. I believe it's doing it. So thank you very much for everything you do, Sherry. So what I feel is very much needed at this time, and one of the things that I do best is stay grounded. One of the things that's most important to do is to be steady, to know who you are, to be able to work with the energies on the planet right now without being overwhelmed, to be able to take a breath, to be able to spend time in nature, to be able to feel that you are safe, that you are always surrounded by your guides, your angels, that you're protected, and that the things that you do, the choices that you make, the activities, the people whose lives you touch, that you always bring a positive spirit, you always bring a smile, you always bring that silver lining to every single situation that you find yourself in. No matter how horrific it might seem, no matter how challenging it might be, and no matter how hard it might be to witness those that you love going through their turmoil, going through their challenges, and going through whatever is happening to them, by totally understanding that you are an immortal soul, that you are infinite and universal, and that you have the ability through the nature of who you are as an expression of God, as an expression of God or Goddess's love, you have the ability to change everything from negative to positive. It happens to also be one of the characteristics of my favorite subject, which is Shungite, this black mineral that you see on bracelets and Buddhas and all sorts of structures that you could see behind me. All of these are made from a black mineral called Shungite that arrived on this planet a few billion years ago, apparently according to my old Chinese friend and my old Chinese guide, Chung Fu, who always used to call himself Old Chinese. He has written and taught, first of all, that Shungite arrived here as an asteroid from Jupiter, or from a constellation, he calls it, of Jupiter, a few billion years ago, and crash landed in Karelia, Russia, used to be part of Finland. And it came here at that time in many ways as a directive, you might say, from the cosmic beings that understand time and the non-time, and that understood that the earth would be going through her many cycles and cataclysms and challenges as she evolved towards a new frequency. And this is what we are in the midst of right now. We are in the midst of a transformation from a lower vibrational frequency to a higher one, that which many people call ascension. Essentially, ascension is the process of raising your frequency to a higher and higher vibration, along with the vibration that the earth is transforming into. And so the fact that we were given this mineral shungite, it's a very lightweight black mineral that has within it a particular molecule called C60, also named after Buckminster Fuller, called a fullerene. It's a molecule of carbon. And you can almost see that this is not heavy. It's very light compared to coal or compared to other carbon substances. This particular form of carbon that is also shungite is carvable, but it's only 30 to 50% carbon. And so it has slightly different properties from this shiny, we call it noble or elite shungite, which is over 90% carbon, and many of those carbon molecules are fullerenes. So why do I bring this up in connection with what I just shared about the raising of our frequencies and about the need to always find the positive in everything? The reason is that one of the most magical properties that shungite has is the ability to take a negative spin, to take an energetic or frequency of something that is harmful, that is not beneficial to the body or to the biology, and reverse the spin or dismantle that negativity so it no longer can harm you. This is the reason why something like this can purify water. It can take water that has toxins in it. It can take water that is dead and lifeless and structure it so it's life-giving and pure and has dismantled all of the molecules of toxicities that are so prevalent in our atmosphere, in our water, and in our soil. And it can turn it around into a positive vibration. It has the ability also, because it's not only from Father Sky, it did not only come from the cosmos as a gift to humanity for this time now, when we need it the most. It is also something that allows us to stay protected from the electromagnetic frequency bombardment that we are all being subjected to, especially with the heavy proliferation of 5G, which is happening at an outstandingly rapid pace, to the degree that many people are suffering from dizziness and all sorts of issues around the fact that the electromagnetic frequencies are affecting their minds, their brains, and their biological functions. And so, as a gift from Father Sky, it also happens to be a gift from Mother Earth, because when it landed, it buried itself in the earth and then continued to undergo many processes. And in fact, the old Chinese guide has talked about how important and how powerful, in fact, is inside of the darkness of Mother Earth inside of the blackness of this mineral is actually a tremendous power of light. And that power is now available to us at this time for transmutation, for using it for meditation, for healing practice, for laying grid works around our homes, our properties, and around the earth to help and protect Mother Earth from all of the things that are attacking life itself upon this planet. All of the assaults on our biology, on our immune systems, are being mitigated as best they can be by this magnificent substance that is this tremendous gift, both from Father Sky and from Mother Earth, and also is in keeping with the energies of our protectors, our guardians, and our friends from other worlds who are working very diligently with us to dismantle much of the harmful technologies as best they can when they have our permission and when they have our request to do so. So it's important on many levels that you are able to access today technologies that were not necessarily available readily, especially here in the West, and that are now being discovered and being invented by various other people. One of the products that I am absolutely fanatical about is this thing called nanosoma. It's a simple spray. It's a lipid. It's a very primitive sugar that when it's absorbed in the body through the spray as a nanoparticle, has the ability to protect the cells from any assault from bacteria, from viruses, and from human engineered energies and substances and technologies that are being introduced into the body for the purposes of control, for the purposes of domination, and for the purposes of harming and destroying the actual human immune system, the natural body's defenses against any inclusions, any incursions, any attacks upon it. And so I have in many ways embraced these products. Not that I would like to be a merchant. I'm not, in fact, I'm kind of tired of being a merchant. I used to build harps and I used to go all over the place selling them and trying to get them into the hospitals. I used to build lyres for the Waldorf schools, pentatonic instruments. I'm very tired of being a merchant. And yet, when there's something that I believe in passionately, and I know it can help people, and I know it can turn things around for people, it's something that I embrace and I advocate. And I make a few bucks out of it because, you know, we all have to keep going. And this is also why I find that I have been able to thrive in a lifestyle. I've been able to thrive. I'm 76. I've been around the block a few times, and I've discovered some of the secrets, you might say, or the clues to staying healthy, to staying fit, to staying mobile, and to staying flexible, both in my mind and in my body, and in my ability, which has grown tremendously since I started, to be able to connect with the guidance realms, with the angelic, with what I call the one voice. In fact, I've started calling myself an oracle, not because I'm trying to be grandiose, but because that's what people are starting to recognize, is that when I go into a moment of tuning in to what's going on for you, I'm able to tune into the highest level of vibrations to bring an answer that goes beyond just the psychic. It takes you to the depth of what your soul really needs to do to move forward, and especially to thrive at this time. One of the most endearing principles that I embrace is the simple practice of taking a deep breath. I invite you to take a moment and take a breath and notice the difference. Whenever you feel rushed, whenever there's an urgency, whenever you're faced with an issue, the first step that will help you is to take a breath and allow a sense of stillness to replace that sense of urgency, that panic, that moment of overwhelm where you don't know what to do. And I also am a great advocate of moving your attention, of moving your actual location from the head to the heart. We place our right hand on our heart, our left hand on our right. Positive, negative, masculine, feminine, all come together in that center, and the breath, and you have the ability to tune in to a different level of attunement, of frequency, and of alignment with a higher purpose, with your own higher purpose, your blueprint, your mission here. And you have the ability to let go of that tension that you've been carrying all of your life, perhaps. Perhaps you're carrying your parents still, that sense of obligation, that sense of having to be a good boy or a good girl, or to become the lawyer or the doctor or whatever. And so you learn through moving your focus to the heart, taking the breath, drinking healthy water, Shungite water, water that has been purified, water that is antiviral, antibacterial, antihistamine, anti-inflammatory, water that takes negatives and turns them into positive, healthy organic food that's not laden with pesticides, laden with toxic substances, not engineered by GMO, not processed, natural, healthy, organic fruit, vegetables that contains the highest form of water that you can actually access. And so you start to create for yourself a practice of living a lifestyle that is filled with health, with positivity. You understand that you have the power. You were given the gift of free will by God, Goddess. You use that free will to make choices that are always in the light, that are always finding the positive side of everything, that bring a smile instead of a frown, that never judge anyone, because you understand that everyone is carrying their wounds in their baggage. Everyone has a big backpack filled with their childhood traumas, with all of their worries, with their ancestors. And it's possible with that breath to take off that backpack and let it dissolve away. It is possible by going into the heart and releasing everything. It is possible to go into that space through the breath, through the stillness, through feeling and seeing that golden light pouring down from above, beginning to feel your guides, your angels surrounding you, touching into your intuition, into your heart, shifting things for you so you have clarity, so you have the ability to set boundaries, to say no, or to say yes. You have the ability to not judge anyone or anything, especially yourself. You have the ability to recognize that you are an expression of God, of God's love. That is what you are made of. That is the creator within you, and it is the creator outside of you, both working in harmony, so that you are embodying the Hermetic principles, as above, so below, as without, so within. The guides, the angels, all of your ancestors are not somewhere outside on some cloud. They are there within the heart and within every single cell. When you bathe each cell with light, when you take that glass of water and you bless it and you hold it to the light and you give thanks, like Dr. Emoto has shown us, and you take that sip, you can feel the light entering every cell and changing the old program. The more you practice positivity, the more you create a whole new set of neural pathways in your brain that begins to undermine the old addictive patterns, even the old addictions. You replace them with a whole new motherboard, a whole new direction for your thinking and for your belief systems, because what you believe creates your reality. It is the most powerful force for creating your experience. And when you need to shift your experience, it is necessary to go to the source and shift your beliefs. Begin to watch every word you think, every word you say, every action you do. Because our intention at this time is to thrive. It does not matter what is going on with other people. Everyone was given the gift of free will to make their choices. Everyone experiences the results of their choice, of their thinking, of their beliefs, perhaps of their ancestry, and of their childhood upbringing. All the conditioning and imprints that we are given from birth through 7 become like sponges absorbed by us, and they create our realities. And now that we are hopefully grown-ups, we can be what we want to be. And we can smile when we want to smile. And we can face the world with a different kind of attitude and courage, because the recognition that you are eternal, immortal, infinite, and universal will carry you through every experience. It is necessary at this time to change everything negative into positive, just like Shungite does. It is also necessary to be proactive, to do the things that you need to do, to grow your own food, to purify your water, to use these substances that have been given to you, to protect you from the electromagnetic frequencies, to use your cell phone as infrequently as possible, to use Zoom and computers less and less, and spend more time in nature. The bees love Shungite. It helps them to thrive instead of die. Many bees, many colonies have been affected by the Wi-Fi and the antennas and the 5G. And when they come in contact with Shungite, they begin to resuscitate, they begin to thrive, and they begin to swarm again and create new hives. Nature and life knows what is good for you. If you learn from nature, if you spend more time outside in nature, experiencing the beauty of the birds singing, the beauty of the feeling of the earth beneath your bare feet, the running water, the rustle of the trees, feeling of the breeze. If you take time to smell the flowers, slow down, remember that you are divine, but you are also human. It is important that you understand that your emotions are not runaway trains, that they are your friends. They are teaching you what's going on. What is happening in my body? Where am I feeling this emotion? What does it want to teach me? Everything in the universe has a message. Everything is there for our learning, for our growth. It is the intention of the universe to support us, to live with ease, with grace, with magic, with serendipities, with miracle, unceasingly. There is no other shoe that has to fall, no sword of Damocles dangling above our necks, above our heads, waiting to come down. We have the ability in each moment to choose light, to choose love, to know who we are, and to be able to pass that on to everyone we love. And so the angels want you to know that they are always with you. You can tune into them in your heart, within the stillness, and they are asking you to listen to their answers, also within the stillness. We love Shungite, we love Moldavite, we love nanosoma, and we love life wave stem cell patches, because all of these things are now here for our benefit, and they all work with nature to help you to stay strong and to thrive. We believe our time is over. Here it is 3:33. Thank you for your attention. We love to do HeartThread. We love to help you to release the old patterns from the body, from the mind, from the psyche, from the ancestry. Your ancestors are looking to see you thrive. Help them to move to the light, to get rid of their old grudges and their old belief systems. They are ready. They are ready for the new earth. And I hope you are too. If there's any time for questions, we will entertain them. If you meet me in my room, number 10, I'll be happy to answer some of your questions. My website is raphaelweisman.com, and there's all sorts of goodies there. My book should be out very, very, very soon. I just got some new portraits. I'm getting what little help I need, and perhaps I could use a little more for the final stages of my book formatting for KDP. Many, many more things I could tell you, but I do believe time is up. Is that correct?
Raphael. Yes, correct, Raphael. Thank you. And plus you're going into the Playroom right now, so you can continue your channeling, and you got another 25 minutes in that room. That's where we're moving you to, and then you're open for sessions.
I
And then
imagine somebody's going to win a prize.
Correct, yeah, so everybody put a number in the chat from 0 to 100, and we have a prize. Raphael's gonna do a session, probably a channeled session. Whatever the guides want you to know.
So I'll give a free 20-minute session.
Okay. And you could have not, you can only win one prize a day, guys. So if you want a prize, you cannot put your number in the chat. So let's do, put your numbers in the chat. You guys, if you're listening to us right now on Facebook or or YouTube. This is where the action is. Doesn't cost you anything to enter. We are supported by donations. You get a copy of all the recordings if you make a donation. This event is made specifically to for you guys to have a buffet, a healing buffet to try out the offerings of these wonderful people that I've curated from around the world. So you can get your answers and solutions in this 10-hour period. So guys, put your number in the chat from 0 to 100 and we'll do a countdown. And up next is Michael. And you can follow Raphael over to room number 1 for his playroom experience.
10.
So 5.
Room number
4.
10.
What?
Room number 10.
No, you're going into the playroom number 1 for your experience.
Oh, not right. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're going to do some kind of experience for until 6 o'clock. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing back to back. All right. So guys, put your number in the chat. And Raphael, do you have a number in mind? Did you write it down?
No, but I can tell you what it is.
Okay, don't look at the chat. So everybody, if you're just joining us right now, if you'd like to win a 20-minute session with Raphael, put a number from 0 to 100. And he's going to close his eyes, not look in the chat, and tell us the winning number. Guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, what's your number, Raphael?
65. 65.
Okay, we got Hannah. Welcome, Hannah. Congratulations, Hannah.
Hannah.
So Hannah, follow him over to the playroom and come meet with him or join him in room number 10 later, or visit him in room number 2 and have a dialogue and exchange emails. I also wrote down her information so I can make sure that it's exchanged.
Okay.
Raphael.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank
I'll
you.
be right back.